So, man, I'm going to say this, man. I feel like my breakout player, my sleeper guy is Brayden Willis. Hear me out. I feel like he's the most sleep on for the 49ers this year. And that could be a good thing. This guy came into the lead as a 7th-round draft pick. In his quote, he said, 31 teams going to pay. I believe he's going to live up to that word. He's got a lot to prove. During this offseason, everybody was hoping that we sign a tight end or we draft a tight end. None of that happened. Now they're hyping on Cameron Latou. They're thinking he's better than Brayden Willis. I hate to disappoint you guys. I don't see what y'all see in Cameron Latou. He's raw. Raw can get you so far. But he's still learning the position. That's the thing. It wasn't that long ago that he switched from tight end. He was playing linebacker or DN or whatever he was in college. So you can't tell me otherwise, man. He's more of a project than he is, but I could be wrong. But here's why I believe Brayden Willis is going to be the guy. The guy can block. The guy does everything that you ask him to do. So that's not going to be a problem with him getting on the football field. The targets and production's it's gonna get there. But for some of you guys are underestimating what this guy does on the football field. He's got a lot of experience. And if you like Jauan Jennings, you're gonna like Brayden Willis. They're about the same thing. They're about the same players, man. They're more like, think of a 240-pound Jauan Jennings. Think of that kind of guy. Think of Jauan Jennings if he was 240 pounds. Think of that guy playing tight end. That's your kind of guy. That's the character that the Niners are bringing. This guy is going to surprise you guys. Last year, I said Diamante Lenore was going to break out. Some of you guys were sleeping on this guy. You guys were saying, oh, that guy had a fluke season last year. I told you not to sleep on Lenore. And I told you Lenore was going to make a name for himself, man. I told you Lenore was going to fucking step up and play. But nah. But according to some of y'all think I don't know football. Hate to break your heart. I actually got that correct. So I want to say this. Brayden Willis is going to break out. He's not going to have a lot of receiving yards than George Kittle and some other receivers. But he's going to have a solid production. Like, maybe around 300 or 400 yards receiving. Maybe about a couple touchdowns. Maybe around that category. But still, that's good production for a backup tight end. So I think even for that kind of production, that's pretty solid because he's the number 2 tight end. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he might have more production. But I think his ceiling can be over 400 yards receiving, if not more. We'll see. But I think his production's going to increase. I think his playing time's going to increase because Charlie Warner and Ross Dwelley left in free agency. So that does leave an opportunity for Brayden Willis and Cameron Latou to step up. But I believe it's going to be Brayden Willis' job to lose. Cameron Latou will be a number 3. So I want to say this. The most important factor in the Brayden Willis is he's going to be good on special teams. And he's definitely going to be good on certain situations. When you need him to move the chains, he might make some key catches like Jennings. He might make some good key blocks. But that's good enough to be a breakout player. If you look at his receiving yards going into this season, it's probably not going to wow you as much. But him on the football field and making some nice blocks and other key plays, that's going to matter. Like, I'd rather see him knock somebody out of the ground and open the running lane for the running back. I'd rather see Brayden make a key play, even if it's just 9 or 10 yards just to get that first down and try to move the chains, that kind of play. Even if it's just a couple yards on 4th down to get that first down, that's all I care about. If you can get that first down on 4th and short, that's all that matters. If you can make a nice block on a situation where you make a nice key block and it becomes a big run. That's all I care about. I can say he's going to have some type of production of Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings had like a 300-yard type of receiving season. I think his season best was over 400 yards. But I think his production is going to be exactly how you see Juwan Jennings. But except he's going to be the number 2 tight end. He's going to have some kind of role, okay? He's going to have a good role. So I think that's what's going to matter. I want to see a guy that enjoys blocking people to the ground. I don't care how many yards you get, bro. I don't care if it's 2 catches for 12 yards or whatever, bro. As long as you make the important catches. And that's where Brayden Willis is going to be making a key breakout. It's not going to be like a well breakout season, but it's going to be a breakout season where he makes strides, where he improves. So if he makes strides as a receiving tight end and makes good key blocks, that's all that matters. That's the kind of guys we're looking for. So even if he gets 300 or 400 yards or just less from that category, that's okay. That's good enough. We don't need him to be a superstar, but eventually he will be. Eventually he will be at some point. But I think he's going to be a breakout player.